Dear David Mock, could you please inform me if some or all the 1998 gold 1-ounce proof Krugerrand were minted with 180 serrations on the edge? All the documentation I have read claim that all proof Krugerrand after 1977 having some with 188 and some 220, are minted with 220 serrations. I have one 1998 gold 1-ounce Krugerrand with 180 serrations. See the attached picture clearly showing the 1998 1-ounce gold-proof Krugerrand on the left with the coarse reed serrations, and the 1993 1-ounce gold-proof Krugerrand on the right with the fine reed serrations. I have checked the dimensions and the weight, and it is correct. It is definitely a proof Krugerrand with mirror background and frosted head, springbok and letters. Not a fake. Please be so kind as to send me documentation from the SA Mint stating officially how many serrations the 1998 proof gold 1-ounce Krugerrand was struck with. If they were struck with both 180 and 220 serrations, how many were struck that way? I am only referring to proof 1-ounce coins for that year. If the SA Mint is not aware that any were struck with 180 serrations, could I please get an official letter from them stating it? Because that would mean the coin I have was a coin that was struck with the wrong reed die and may be a unique coin. If that is the case, I think it will be very valuable to me because of its rarity. Reminds me of the single 9 pond. And what makes it even more interesting is that my coin is the centenary of the 1898 single 9 pond. They are 100 years apart. The difference in its historical making, as I understand it, is that the single 9 pond is infamous because of the reason it was struck, without permission from the British. The British confiscated the 1899 dies that were made in Germany to produce the 1899 Kruger pond. Whilst if my coin is unique, it was struck and passed by an honest mistake. I would appreciate it greatly if you could look into the matter with the SA Mint regarding what I wrote above and look forward to your findings. Please don't hesitate to inform me if you need other information. Kind regards, G.V. Vitali.
Dear Mr. Vitali, thank you very much for your interesting email to my colleague David Mockapa. I am passing it on to Dr. Mike Gradwell and Mr. Tony Nord in our quality department, who will investigate and revert back to you as soon as possible. Best regards, Charlene.
Dear Mr. Vitali, Charlene passed on your query regarding the number of serrations on a proof 1-ounce Krugerrand. I have had my quality team investigate any possible changes to the specification, and I can confirm that the specification for the number of serrations has not changed, and that both the 1993 and 1998 proof 1-ounce Krugerrands have 220 serrations. The 1-ounce Bullion Krugerrand was produced with 180 serrations. So, while I cannot confirm the authenticity of the coins in your possession, I can confirm that any proof Krugerrands produced in 1998 should have 220 serrations. There is no official documentation that I can make available, and am not in a position to supply any official letters to the effect that you may have in your possession an incorrectly minted coin. Regards, Mike.
Dear Dr. Mike Gradwell, thank you for your response below. All I can do now is to try to make contact with other collectors with the 1-ounce gold 1998 proof Krugerrand and ask them to check on the serrations to see how many serrations their coin has. I would also like to inform you that I found a picture of a 1-ounce gold 1998 proof Krugerrand on the World Wide Web advertising it for sale. So I managed to zoom the picture up and found that I could count a section of the serrations from 2 specific points on the face of the coin. I found that the coin I was investigating also had the same number of serrations between those 2 points as my coin has. It would be accurate then to confirm that the coin on the World Wide Web for sale also has 179 serrations as my coin has. I recounted the serrations on my coin carefully again and found that it has 179 serrations and not 180 as I stated below in my previous email. Seeing that your below response regarding the specification of the 1998 proof 1-ounce gold Krugerrand was not changed from 220 serrations, I am compelled to believe that there has been an error in the minting process. However, I am also led to believe that my coin is not a unique one, as my above correspondence confirms. The question whether all 2,000 coins that were minted that year have 179 serrations is still questionable and can only be established once more collectors who have the coin confirm. I thank you again for your report, and I will be most thankful if you could inform me of any new information in future regarding the mystery of the 1998 coin. Kind regards, G.V. Vitali.
Hi, Mr. Vitali. Thanks for the email and info. I think that the problem was probably that the wrong collar was used, i.e. a bullion collar instead of a proof collar. Assuming this was for an entire shift, there could be up to 100 of the 2,000 coins produced that year with the bullion serrations. As you said, not unique, but still not as it was meant to be. I do not think we will ever learn any more about this problem, as it should have been an isolated incident and hopefully never to be repeated. If you visit Coin World, please give me a shout, as I would love to meet you, as I am a fellow coin collector as well. Imagine a coin collector as head of R&D. Regards, Mike.
Looking back at the correspondence from the South African Mint, the technical reality is clear. Dr. Mike Gradwell identified a mechanical mismatch during the 1998 production run. A bullion collar was used during proof striking. In a world-class mint, this is a critical quality failure. Standard protocol dictates an immediate halt, a quarantine of the batch, and the destruction of all non-compliant coins to protect the mint's global reputation. This silent correction is standard industrial practice. You fix the error, melt the evidence, and move on without public documentation.
This explains why only 2 known survivors have ever been verified. To fulfill the official mintage of 2,000 perfect coins, the mint would have simply replaced the recycled errors with correct strikes. These 2 survivors aren't just mistakes. They are the only physical evidence of a corrected moment in history. For an investor, this lack of documentation isn't a flaw. It's the ultimate proof of an unauthorized, accidental survival. It turns a simple mint error into a documented forensic rarity of the highest order.